Comparison between black box testing and white box testing. Definition: black box testing. Testing method where the tester examines the functionality of the software without knowledge of the internal code structure. The focus is on what the software does, not how it does it. White box testing. Testing method where the tester examines the internal working of the software, such as the code, logic, and structure. The focus is on how the software works internally. Tester's knowledge. Black box testing. The tester does not need knowledge of the internal code or implementation. They work only within the inputs, outputs, and user interface. White box testing. The tester needs to have a deep understanding of the code, algorithm, and internal logic to perform testing. Focus. Black box testing focuses on functional requirements and verifies that the system behaves as expected from the user's perspective. Examples include validating input and output, testing features and user interactions. White box testing focuses on the internal logic and code structure of the application. Examples include code coverage, examining loops, conditions, and branches. Test cases. Black box testing. Test cases are based on the specification or requirements of the software. The tester checks if the system works as expected by comparing expected outputs with actual results. White box testing. Test cases are derived from the internal structure of the code, ensuring that every possible path, branch, or condition is tested. Approach. Black box testing. The tester provides inputs and checks for correct outputs without considering how the results are produced. White box testing. The tester checks how the inputs are processed and how the outputs are generated, ensuring that the internal code runs as expected. Types of testing. Black box testing, including testing techniques such as functional testing, acceptance testing, system testing, user interface testing. White box testing, including testing techniques such as unit testing, integration testing, code coverage testing, control flow testing. Advantages. Black box testing. Non-technical testers can perform the testing. Test the software from a user's perspective, ensuring it meets the requirements. Effective for larger systems where the internal code structure is too complex. White box testing helps to optimize code, improving performance and efficiency. Detects the hidden error in the code by testing internal paths and logic. Ensures complete code coverage. Disadvantages. Black box testing cannot test internal code, leaving potential issues hidden in the logic. Not ideal for testing complex logic. Difficult to identify all possible input scenarios. White box testing. White box testing requires technical expertise in programming. May miss unintended user behavior because it focuses too much on code rather than user experience. Time consuming for larger projects. When to use black box testing. Ideal when the focus is on end-user functionality. Suitable for acceptance testing or system-level testing. Often used in QA phases by testers who are not involved in coding. White box testing. Used during the development phase by developer to ensure code quality. Suitable for unit testing or integration testing. Ideal when working on improving or debugging internal code structures. Summary. Definition. Black box testing tests functionality without seeing the code. White box testing tests internal code and logic. Knowledge required. Black box testing, no knowledge of the code. White box testing, deep understanding of the code. Focus. Black box testing, functional behavior. White box testing, internal code structure and flow. Test cases. Black box testing, based on specifications. White box testing, based on code and logic. Types. Black box testing, functional system acceptance testing. White box testing, unit integration code coverage testing. Advantages. Black box testing, user-centric, non-technical. White box testing, high code coverage, optimized performance. Disadvantages. Black box testing cannot detect code level issues. White box testing requires programming knowledge, time consuming. Use cases. Black box testing, end user testing, QA phases. White box testing, code validation, early stage development.